You think being meek is weak, huh? Try being meek for a week. Ain't that right, Shy?
Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. What's up, cool gamers? My name is Albert, and welcome to this commentary video over some Call of Duty Advanced Warfare sniping gameplay. This commentary is going to be kind of interesting because I'm going to be talking about how I almost died and or, you know, like how bad I got hurt. But anyways, I have a lot of really interesting stories from when I was a little boy. You know, I was like from ages, I believe from ages 6 to like 12, no, from ages 6 to 15, there you go. I went through a lot because when I was small, I used to be one of those active kids, man. I used to be extremely active, you know. I was one of those kids that was always doing something, always going somewhere, always wanted to be moving around, always wanted to be active, always wanted to be in action, you know. That's the way I was. I'm not so much right now, but probably, you know, it's deep inside me, you know, whatever. Probably some of you guys were like that as well when you were small, or if you're small right now, you're probably like that yourself right now. You know, you're probably really active. You're getting into a lot of trouble. You know, you want to be in action a lot, and I don't know. That's the way I was, and unfortunately, it cost me a lot. Like literally, sometimes I should have been dead. Believe it or not, like some of the things I went through, I should have been dead, but thank God I wasn't. So thank you, Jesus, for protecting me. But one of the stories I want to talk to you guys about is when my eyes caught on fire. Yes, guys, my eyes have caught it on fire. So before I get into that, I need to tell you guys something. When I was born with 20/20 vision. My dad has 20/20 vision, and my mom has very slightly bad vision. So basically almost 20/20 vision. But my dad has for sure, and I came out with 20/20 vision. But when I was like 6 or 7, I can't remember the exact age, but I was one of those ages. I was here at my house, and I saw the ice cream truck passing by, and this is what I always used to do when I saw the ice cream truck pass by. I would stop the ice cream truck, get an ice cream, and get these things called pop rocks. I'm not too sure if that's what they're called now, but it's not the pop rocks that you put in your mouth and, you know, you can eat them when they pop in your mouth, whatever. There's like these little like freaking square boxes, and inside of them there's like a little pouches, like little paper pouches filled with like a little bit of explosives or something like that. So when every time you throw it on the ground on cement, it would like do a pop. That's what they were. So I used to get those all the time, and this time I got them with my dad. I came to the back of the yard, sat down right there in front of the porch, or in front of the door right there that we have in the back. My dad was supposed to open them, but for some reason, you know, me being like, I want to do it myself, you know, like freaking anxious, I got the darn things and I opened them myself, and unfortunately I bought some that were completely defected. To this day I have no idea what caused them to do that. To this day nobody knows what caused them to do that, because as far as I know, that has never happened to anyone else. As soon as I opened them, they all exploded in my freaking eyes. They all went boosh and then popped all right here and all into my eyes, and it was ridiculous. I started screaming my ass off. I started crying like crazy. My eyes were literally like on fire. My mom started getting water, put it on my face, and then after that they carried me into the car and they rushed me to the emergency room, to the hospital. Once I got into the hospital, they put tubes on my eyes for about a week, 24 hours. So that means I had tubes in my eyes with water rushing in, washing my eyes constantly for about a week, 24 hours, day and night. It was the worst thing ever. Like literally, it was freaking ridiculous. So literally, everyone thought I was gonna be blind. Thank God I did not go blind. Afterwards, the doctor told me that I'm lucky to be seen because I should have gone blind. But unfortunately, you know, I did lose my 20/20 vision. Now if I take out my contacts, I see really blurry. For you guys that are familiar with visions, I have a negative 3.7, negative 3.775, 3.75, something like that. It's a negative 3 point something, that's all I know. That's pretty bad. But I'm thankful that you know, I can still see. I'd rather be seeing blurry than not see at all, you know. I'm extremely thankful. So, you know, so that was one of the ways that I could really injured myself really bad. You know, I probably wouldn't have died from that, but you know, I could have gone blind. It's a really serious injury. The next thing I want to talk about is when I fell head first at McDonald's at their playground. So this is another day, you know, I was at McDonald's, I was playing at the playground, and I was playing with these kids that I make friends there with. And for some freaking reason, McDonald's did not fix their slide. Like, okay, they have their slide, and then they have this like fence going around it, so that way the kids won't go behind the playground and under the playground or on top of the slide. But this time, the fence was broken and they never fixed it, right? So we thought as kids, you know, I guess we can go up on here, whatever, you know. So that's what we did, you know. I saw my friends going up onto the slide, and I followed them as well. So I went on top of the slide, went to the very top, and that's it, you know. We're just there chilling, sitting down, looking at the bottom. And then I started seeing them getting down real slowly off down the slide, you know. And I started to get down, and I slipped. And when I slipped, I started falling down to the ground head first. And if you guys haven't seen these McDonald's playgrounds, some of them have a lot of bars going everywhere to keep the structure in place. Well, when I was going down head first, my head was hitting the bars left and right, bang, 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 after hit after hit after hit, until I finally hit the cement. I don't even think it was cement. It was like cement or like hard plastic. I don't know, something like that. But it was pretty freaking hard. I hit it, and after that, after I went to the doctor, the hospital, etc., they told us that I had a concussion. So I don't know, I probably could have died there as well. I could have split my head open like crazy and I could have died. Thank God I didn't. Thank God I survived and he protected me, and that's it. I just suffered a concussion. It's crazy, man. I just cannot believe that happened. And yes, we all sued freaking McDonald's and stuff like that. They paid the hospital charges and stuff. It was crazy, man. It was absolutely ridiculous. And from that day, my mom has always been scared of taking me to McDonald's playgrounds. But you know, after like a year or so, I started going back to McDonald's playgrounds, but I started being a lot more precautious. Next one is when my friend used to live next door here. I've always lived in the same house, but I've always like moved everywhere, but eventually I've always came back to this house. I used to have a friend that lived next door. And one of these days, I went outside to the backyard and I saw him playing basketball right here in the back on his basketball court. And I wanted to go play with him, and he called me over, you know. And me being stupid, I did not walk outside of the freaking driveway and go around, you know, like the freaking normal person would. Instead, I freaking jumped the gate. I mean, not the gate, but the fence. And the fence at the top has these thorns that like stick out like this, like a freaking V or something. And when I was gonna place my hand, I thought I was gonna place it right, but I didn't. I placed it right on a thorn with a lot of force. And yes, guys, unfortunately, it punctured me badly. And at the time, my hands were way smaller than my hands, and my whole palm was ripped open, guys. It was ridiculous. I started crying my ass off. My friend had to literally lift my hand out of the thorns and walk me into my house, where my mom saw me. She freaked out. She immediately got a bowl with they call it agua cocinada in Spanish, but it's what is it? It's that like brown bottle disinfecting chemical. What is it called? Damn it, I forgot the name of it, but you probably guys know what it is. She filled it in the bucket, put my hand in it so it can disinfect, and then they rushed me to the hospital, and that's where they put stitches on my hand. And to this day, still have my stitches. Let me show you. I don't know if you guys can see, but right there is my stitch. Absolutely ridiculous. That was a crazy time, guys. Man. So another incident that happened to me was when I used to play Pee-wee football. I used to play Pee-wee football they were called the Little Cowboys here in San Antonio, Texas. I used to be a quarterback. Well, one time I had a game where it was going good, you know, it was going good, whatever. I got sacked, and when I got sacked, I landed really wrong for some strange reason. I landed with my my hand open, And for some reason, to this day, I don't know why my hand was open. Like, I was falling to the ground with my hand open like this. Well, you know what probably happened already. When I hit the ground, my middle finger, bam, went all the way up and I broke it. It was ridiculous. I was like in pain like crazy, and they rushed me to the hospital. And that's where they put this cast on there, like this metal bluish cast. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's like metal and it's like blue on the inside, and I had to wear that like for a few months or something like that. Alright, got two more to talk about. This one was when I was around 15 or 16. I was either 15 or 16. I had this mini motorcycle. It's called a pocket bike. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. It's literally a miniature motorcycle. It's called a pocket bike. You can ride, etc. I was riding it through the street. That's what I did with it. Was ride it here in my neighborhood, etc. I was riding it down the street, 2 blocks down this way in this direction. I don't know what the freak I was thinking, but this truck was coming up to his house, and he was going to turn in to go into his driveway. I literally thought I was going to be able to have enough time to pass him, so I just cranked it and I went for it, you know, before he turned in. For some strange reason, his dumbass still turned when I was going to try to pass him. So as soon as he was going to turn, he was almost going to go into his driveway. There comes me right in front of him, passing him extremely fast, and I literally missed his bumper by an inch. And they honked at me because they freaked out, and I was freaked out. I was like, did I just do that? Did I just arrive at? Literally, if he would have hit me on my bike, because he would have hit my, I don't know what you call it. It's like the back where the brake lights are at. I don't know. If he would have hit that, that would have caused me to spin, and I would have gone flying and rolling, and I don't know what it would have happened. And you know what? Another thing, I did not have my helmet on. And I did have a helmet, but for some reason I did not wear it that day. And if I would have flown and freaking crashed, I don't even know if I would have even been alive, you know. So it was freaking ridiculous. Like I said, I thank God that he protected me and I'm still alive. Alright, last but not least, when I was also young, when I was about 14, 15, around there, I also had a go-kart. I had a go-kart, and my go-kart was going through some problems. Like it was really weird. I was having a lot of problems with the brake stopping, and it was sometimes it wouldn't even turn on and stuff. But one of these days it did turn on, and I was riding around right here in my neighborhood, and then I was gonna bring it in already to, you know, lock it up and put the cover over it, when I noticed that the brakes started to screech. Because, you know, when I was starting to put the brakes on so I can stop the freaking go-kart from when I was gonna park it, I started hearing screech. So, you know, before I covered it and locked it, I got out to see the brakes. And for some reason, I decided to touch the brake with my freaking knuckle like that to see if it was hot or something. And duh, like, brakes are gonna be hot. And I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I didn't know at the time. I touched it and I burnt my knuckle right here. And to this day, I have this scar right there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that's where it's from. And when I touched it, you know, it was freaking crazy. I was like screaming and crying. I was putting water all over it, and then I was stuck with that scar, you know. I don't know. So that's about it, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my stories from when I almost died, or I almost got a really horrific injury. The moral of the story, you know, the message I want to bring with all this is that to be careful, be smart, be responsible, be cautious, and remember that life is short, guys. So make sure you live life to the fullest, make sure you complete your dreams, make sure you work hard to reach your goals, and just live life to the fullest, because life is not guaranteed, guys. Literally, there is danger all around us, and if you're not careful, God forbid, but you might be 6 feet under. So please, guys, take care of yourselves, be responsible, be cautious, and just be careful what you do, guys. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.